Have you noticed it? That subtle, almost imperceptible change in your relationship that seems to have crept up over the years. Nights that once felt alive, vibrant, and full of passion now feel cold, distant, almost like your roommates rather than lovers. You try, you really do, but she seems checked out. Perhaps she avoids intimacy, or maybe she outright rejects it. The frustration creeps in quietly at first, then builds steadily, gnawing at you when you're alone. You lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking, what happened to us? Why isn't it the same anymore? You replay conversations, revisit old memories, and search desperately for answers that never come. And the truth is, sometimes the cause is closer than you imagine. It could be hiding on your plate right now. Some of the vegetables you believe are healthy could be quietly sabotaging your erections, reducing blood flow, lowering testosterone, and even shrinking your penis over time. This doesn't just affect your physical performance, it erodes emotional intimacy and desire as well. Imagine the frustration. You're trying, she's withdrawing, and despite your best efforts, the spark seems gone. But here's the empowering truth. By understanding the combination of physiology, psychology, and emotional connection, you can reclaim that intimacy, not just temporarily, not just for a moment of sexual satisfaction, but in a way that restores her desire, reignites passion, and reconnects her heart with yours. And in the next several minutes, I'll show you exactly how to do it, step by step, including the foods to avoid, the small yet powerful daily actions that rebuild trust, and the conversations that reignite emotional connection. I'm Dr. Emma Blake, and for more than 15 years, I've been helping men and couples navigate the most difficult aspects of intimacy, sexual struggles, emotional distance, and the silent erosion of desire that creeps into long-term relationships. I've worked with hundreds of men over 60, men just like you, men who feel the sting of rejection, the embarrassment of erectile problems, and the frustration of wanting closeness that seems painfully out of reach. And let me tell you something up front. None of this is your fault. You're not broken. You're not too old. What you're experiencing is common, but it is also reversible when you understand the interplay of emotional safety, physiological health, and intentional action. Today, I'm going to give you the truth that most men never hear, backed by science, psychology, and real-world experience. By the end of this conversation, you will understand exactly why her desire has changed. You'll see that it's not all in her head, and it's not a reflection of a failing in you as a man. You'll learn how to reconnect emotionally and physically, even if intimacy has felt strained or awkward for years. Most importantly, you'll discover step-by-step strategies to restore her desire and reignite the passion that you both once shared. I'll provide you with exact phrases, practical actions, and strategies that have worked for men just like you, so you no longer have to guess or rely on hope alone. Let's start with a story about Tom. Tom is 62, retired, and thought his marriage was strong and secure. But over the last 5 years, intimacy had slowed to almost nothing. He tried everything he could think of, buying supplements, reading online guides, forcing himself into awkward date nights that felt more like therapy sessions than romance. Nothing worked. He began to feel ashamed, withdrawing emotionally, and slowly avoiding his wife. His wife, who had once been affectionate and attentive, started spending more time with friends, engaging in her hobbies, and gradually pulling away from him. Their house became a place of quiet tension, where conversations were short and physical connection almost non-existent. Sound familiar? If it does, I want you to know something crucial. You're not broken. What Tom experienced is a pattern I see over and over with men over 60, and it is not your fault. Here's the truth. Desire, especially in long-term relationships, is rarely just about hormones or physical arousal. It is deeply intertwined with safety, emotional connection, and the psychological experience of intimacy. When stress, fear, or embarrassment take over, your body reacts by reducing blood flow, not just to your brain, where focus and sexual arousal are initiated, but also to your penis. Hormonal fluctuations, particularly lowered testosterone, combine with emotional distance to create the perfect storm for erectile problems and waning desire. Add to this certain healthy foods, vegetables high in estrogen-like compounds, and the problem compounds further. The food you thought was making you healthier might actually be subtly sabotaging your sexual health, lowering testosterone, and diminishing desire over time. Most men respond to these challenges in one of three ways. Some, desperate to restore intimacy, pressure their partner for sex. This usually backfires, creating resistance, resentment, and deeper emotional withdrawal. Others avoid the problem completely, immersing themselves in work, hobbies, or isolation, which accelerates emotional disconnection. And some silently blame themselves, suffering in private while the distance between them and their partner grows. Tom tried all three at different points, and every time it only widened the gap between him and his wife. Here's the harsh truth many men over 60 never hear. Women need to feel seen, heard, and safe before desire can return. Sexual connection does not exist in isolation. It is inseparable from emotional intimacy. If she feels criticized, ignored, or pressured, her desire shuts down completely, no matter how healthy your body may be. Understanding this is the turning point for men who want to revive that intimacy. Real connection begins with creating emotional safety, validating feelings, and fostering trust. The method I teach, which I call the connection and safety method, has 4 essential steps. First, remove sexual pressure temporarily. Say something like, I want to focus on connecting, not just sex. Let's enjoy being close again. No expectations, no pressure, just presence, touch, conversation, and laughter. Second, engage in meaningful conversation. Ask open-ended questions like, how have you been feeling about us lately? Listen without defending yourself or offering immediate solutions. Third, practice active listening and curiosity. Reflect her words back. It sounds like you've been stressed and need more support around the house. Did I get that right? This validates her feelings and fosters trust. Fourth, demonstrate consistent emotional availability through small, daily gestures, making coffee, leaving notes, asking about her day. Over time, these seemingly minor actions build the emotional foundation that desire thrives upon. Tom applied these steps with consistency. Within 3 weeks, his wife began laughing again, leaning into hugs, and even initiating moments of intimacy. These results are not rare. They happen when men focus on emotional safety and connection before sex. Expect the first week to be dominated by small gestures and conversations. She may respond with skepticism, and you may feel frustration. By the second week, emotional walls begin to soften as she notices your attention and care. By week 3, affection increases, small physical touches return, and trust begins to solidify. By months 2 to 3, desire gradually returns, conversations flow naturally, and intimacy begins to feel familiar again, reminiscent of the early years of your relationship. It's important to consider the holistic factors that contribute to intimacy struggles. Chronic stress reduces testosterone and libido. Hormonal issues such as low testosterone, thyroid imbalances, and medication side effects play a significant role. Poor circulation, obesity, and inactivity can further complicate erectile function. Emotional factors such as feeling unappreciated or overburdened by household responsibilities can suppress desire faster than any physical factor. Your goal should be a comprehensive approach that addresses body, mind, and emotional connection, not just a quick fix. The encouraging truth is that change is possible, and it can begin tonight. You can rebuild trust, closeness, and desire, even if it's been years since your relationship felt fully alive. Tom thought it was hopeless, but through small, intentional steps, he transformed his relationship and reawakened intimacy with his wife. You can do the same. Take one small, concrete step immediately. Commit by saying, I'm ready to reconnect. Begin by applying one of the strategies tonight. Reach out, have a conversation, or perform a simple gesture of care. Track your progress, celebrate victories, and reflect on challenges. Accountability accelerates transformation and builds momentum. After establishing emotional connection, supporting physical health can further enhance intimacy. Some men benefit from supplements that support blood flow and testosterone, books on male sexual health and intimacy, and simple exercises to strengthen the pelvic floor and circulation. These are tools, not solutions on their own, but when combined with emotional connection, they amplify results. Picture this: she's laughing, touching your arm, leaning into you at dinner. You feel wanted, admired, and connected, not just physically, but emotionally. That is what's possible if you act now. You're not broken and you're not too old. Desire isn't lost. It's waiting to be reignited through connection, care, and consistent attention. I've witnessed this transformation hundreds of times. Now it's your turn. Begin tonight and watch your marriage, intimacy, and confidence come alive again.